speak to the people that are in the physical space first. How are we feeling? Yeah, it's all good. Like, y'all don't have to scream. Y'all don't have to scream at me, but just if you're feeling good, that's what's up. If you're not, I hope you feel a little bit better. My name is Testimony. The creative program manager, Teams with a Purpose, one of the teaching artists, / one of the people who does whatever you need me to do. So we're gonna jump into our workshop today, our latest installment of Immortal. But we're gonna check, and we always check in here, Teams with a Purpose, but we're gonna do it a different way. So, and this is for y'all. We're going to share like a short verse. So if you have a poem or something like that already, just kind of pick a good section, maybe your favorite section, and I want you to perform that. Just perform it to the thousands and thousands of people in here. Man, I'm nervous. No, but so you're just gonna perform that, and then either myself or Shauna or Dayan is gonna give you a critique, and and I'll let you know what happens after that. Cool? And I will start because you need to volunteer for tribute. Yes.
Just check this out.
All right. Picture me happy, smile on my face with vampires attacking. Got lost in the chase, my dreams needed unpacking. Vertebrae stacking, my codependency cracking, my circle getting smaller. Size of a penny, I'm thinking bigger now. Sailing to the ocean with no safety jacket. Sink to the bottom, people call it fashion. Can't get this money when you acting passive. Bigger than Bronson, you don't want the action. It's leather, but it feels like plastic. And I refuse to be jaded by all these rosy glasses. One with the now, been one with the flow. I had to leave a couple people on the boat. I guess it hurts when you grow some, right? And that's it. All right, cool. Now I'm gonna go sit down and get my critique from the most awesome. I was about to say the most awesomest. One of my favorite teaching artists in all the land. So please give it up for Shauna as she makes her way to the stage.
Hi guys, how are you? I'm Shauna, one of the lead teaching artists here at Teams with a Purpose. Thanks for having me. All right, so give it up for Andre one more time, please. Yes. All right, so I'm going to be judging him on physical presence, voice and articulation, dramatic appropriateness, evidence of understanding, and overall performance. All right, as for physical presence, he seemed very confident. He knew what he was talking about. I saw that in his body language. Yeah, that's what I got for that. As for voice and articulation, he was clear and understandable. That's a word, right? Yeah, it's a word. He was clear. He speaks kind of fast, so sometimes I wish he would slow down, but I think that was just the melody of the poem. But he was crispy. The rhythm was good. It fit the poem. Style and delivery. He came off really strong. I was looking for a little build-up, but I think it was the placement of his poem. Probably that was his build-up part. So that was his. He punched me with that right in my face. So yeah, masterful interpretation of the poem. Yes, I understood the poem. It was very clear. Like I said, it was clear that he understood what he was speaking on as well. And overall performance, I said his overall performance was very well. Very good. Yeah. I would say everything was there. Like the words, he had some lines in there that really stuck out. I wrote one of them down. Claim it's leather, but it feels like, what did you say? Plastic. Yeah, I really like that line. So yeah, I thought his overall performance was good. I would give him probably 8.5 or 9. He did make a tiny stumble, but that was okay. I guess you have to get really comfortable with what you're saying before you perform. And yeah, that's why he probably messed up. He wasn't ready. But it's okay. He still did good. Snap it up for Andre. And I'm just gonna stay up here because I have to do mine. I'm gonna do like a verse like he did. I don't know much about politics, but I know kids that avoid bullets like dodgeballs, too scared to walk home from school alone, so they avoid education altogether. Underpaid teachers creating curriculums with handcuffs on. I guess it's easy to lose your passion when those in charge won't let you use it. I once heard, nothing stops a bullet like a job. So where are they in my community? City leaders that see our communities as gutters, so they treat us like garbage, unwilling to recognize the dazzling sunflowers sprouting beneath their noses, so they push to build something artificial instead. Thank you. Now Andre's going to critique me.
Now that was fire flame. Y'all give it up for Shauna one more time. I feel like we're at like what is it, a country club? it was like, yeah. All right. So right off the top of my head, one thing that I really appreciate about your performance, like in general, but I saw it just like really jumped out to me again, was the tone that you take. So like you could tell that you just understood what you were talking about, of course. I could tell that there was an emotional connection to what you were saying. All through your tone. So I thought that was like, that was really good just to like take note of. Another thing, the body language, like I feel like the movement, it was nothing unnecessary that was happening. Like sometimes like you get nervous, you get your leg or you just like, oh, I'm trying to, but it was just, everything was very grounded. It was like she was strong in her stance. As far as like, I guess inflection, like 'cause I know it was a piece. So I was like, oh, this is like on the way. This is on the way to a build up. But I like the spacing that you took. Like you took your time. I'd be like, yeah. But he's like, no, you need to hear I heard every line. Like she even paused a little bit for like those punchline kind of situations, which are all great things to look for in your performance. So I thought it was pretty fire. I'm not going to put a number on it right now, just because it's a whole bunch of numbers happening. But if I was to ask for anything more, I would say even more intention in the movement that you do. So like you can tell like you move like you talk. I can tell you talk like with your hands, especially like when passion is involved. So I was like, I'd like to see more of the language come through in your movement. But other than that, hey, fire flame. Y'all give it up for Sean one more time. Y'all know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right, so I guess, yeah, you next? All right, cool. Y'all give it up for Dayana. Yeah. It's like a piece.
Centered. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even say who I was. I'm sorry. I'm Dayana Lee, and I'm one of the teaching artists alongside Miss Shauna and Testimony, or Andre, or Richard, or whichever name you call him by. So, yeah. I am running out of body parts to auction off. I've spilled everything here. My heart when bullets blew to pieces every cousin I seen as big brother. My soul when they sold everything mahogany. When every landmark I knew as adolescent because monopoly my streets be gentrified. My mind when analyzed to be disability. My learning not accredited. My school be halfway house, bridge between streets and prison. When they built internment camps and called them ghettos, deportation to death, brick and stone, causing housing for Section 8, devised to welcome from the poor, pours all the money into everything but our communities. What else can we give you? So I'm assuming, yep, she's gonna critique me. Okay.
Yeah.
Give it up for Deanna one more time, please.
Yes.
That's a good piece. I always love that piece. All right, so one of the things I noticed immediately was her inflections. I love how she moved through her poem. Like she gave me rhythm, but she went up and down. It wasn't stagnant. It wasn't all one surface. I also love her entry line. I think anytime you start off a poem with a dope line, it brings you in. So I love her entry line. Unlike me, her movements match her poem. So I thought that was awesome that she was intentful about her movements with her poem. She definitely knew what she was talking about. It was clear and understanding. Like I understood what she was talking about, and she was clear to give that to the audience to make sure you guys understood what she was talking about. Her poise and her posture was straight. She made sure she centered herself before she started the poem, which is always very important. You don't want to rush your piece. You don't want to just go straight into speaking. You want to make sure you center yourself. But overall, I think her poem was really good. She did a really good job performing her piece. Definitely. She's well trained though. Give it up one more time for Deanna. Thank you guys.
All right. All right, who would like to check in first? I mean, I could just call. Okay, word. So I think I've made a choice, and my choice is chosen. Y'all give it up for chosen, y'all. I was like, don't make me ask you twice, please. I'm trying to be nice to you.
Where I'm from naked babies with deadbeat fathers and deadbeat mothers. I'm from a corrupt world who spit out a 5'6" black rainbow who ego is an 8, with the name chosen one tattooed to the side of her neck, whose mouth can't be tamed. Where I'm from deep potholes and weed. I'm from childhood horror movies with tragic endings. Where I'm from.
Can we make some more noise for Chosen?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be critiquing her. I can go off the top. Yeah. Okay. Well, first I'll say the voice is very good. Like the voice automatically brings you in. You have a very like unique and natural voice, and I will say that there's a big difference between your poetry voice and your talking voice. You just need to commit. The poem is there, the story is there, everything is there, just commit. And when you stumble, because I know what it's like when we stumble over our words, or we stumble over a line or a verse or a phrase, we kind of like retract from everything that we're saying. The last line that you ended off with, the "where I'm from" line, was a powerful line. But I could tell that because you had picked up a little bit before, you were kind of nervous about, finishing. So always make sure you finish. But your voice articulation was there, your physical presence was there. I saw you moving your body, I saw you working around. Your dramatic appropriateness was there, but I think that you can give us more. Your poem is so powerful, like you're really talking about where you're from, and what that means and how that shaped you. And so like, give it that moment, give it that realness, and take your time. We want to be able to hear every line that you say, every verse that you say, because it's important. That "where I'm from" is like, where am I from? Like it's your introduction, so it's very, very important. I really think the overall performance was well, but I just think that it can be better and it can be stronger because your piece is there. Now you just have to get there and believe in it too. So yeah, that's my critique.
Great job, Chosen.
Thank you, Chosen. Thank you, Dayana. I was like, man, the explanation was poetic. I was like, I'm not snapping yet, my fault. All right, word. So let's try this again. I like giving people choices, you know. So would anybody like to check in next? I give it up for Deidre then. That's what I'm talking
My name is Deidre, and this is a freestyle poem. Are you on the road right now? If you are, I hope you're having the time of your life. I admire your passion, the way you're nice to the neighbors. You show folks love. You build bridges and not walls.
Y'all give it up for Deidre one more time, please. Hit y'all with the freestyle poem. She said, what? That's what I do. You know why? Because I'm Deidre. Yes. So one thing that I really enjoy when I see you present, do this like we can look at each other, it's weird. But one thing that I really do enjoy is the fact that you have like a gentle like just essence about you, but it's not gentle to the point where it's like it can be like shrouded over by something. Like anytime you show up and you're like, oh, it's my turn to talk, like you have a presence about you. I dig that. And I don't know if you do that like consciously or if that's just you. One way or another, fire. That's just a sweat. Okay. I was wondering. I just felt like it was just dripping off. But so yeah, I dig that. I know that since this is like something that was new, I appreciate that it was still clear. You didn't really like stumble too much. Of course, I could tell that it was a newer thing, but you still like approached it in a brave manner. So kudos to you on that. Even when, and this is for everybody, even when you're sharing something new, one thing that will just kind of take whatever you're sharing to another level is the stance, like your stance. So if you're performing, you have a microphone or anything like that, like when you're the one speaking in it, that means this is your show right now. So that means if you gotta adjust anything like that, so you're standing comfortably, because you kind of leaned over a little bit, and sometimes when you close your body, that translates to not being confident or like kind of like, oh, I don't want you to see this. So when you have like just a simple thing like standing up straight and you reading that jump like this here, feet planted, you're like, oh my God. And you're like, this is a freestyle poem. And like, you wrote this right now? Oh my God. Like, so a big thing that could help you out, like just right off the top, is your stance, that stage presence. You feel me? Voice is there. I always love the writing. Let's keep building. Cool? Y'all give it up for Deidre one more time. Yeah. Cool. I'm gonna sit down.
I was just gonna say, just a note for every poet on stage, how to perform when you're using a phone or a notebook or a diary or a journal or anything. Even though we don't encourage you to read off, even though we all do it. A good way, like a good note that I've always done is when I've had to perform off my phone or off a diary or a journal or something like that, if you know your line is coming next, or if you can kind of like memorize a little bit, you can engage with the audience. So I can say, I'm running out of body parts to auction off. So like I start off looking at my journal, but then I connect with someone in the audience. Like for example, I just looked at Miss Michelle just then, just so people can know that even though I'm in this piece, I'm deep in it, I'm still in the presence with everyone too. You know, that way you're still giving that A1 performance, even if you don't have your poem memorized. That's all I wanted to say.
We giving y'all the tools of the trade. So next time I see one of y'all perform, y'all gonna have cool. All right, we're in agreement. So last but not least, you know what I'm saying? You ready? All the way from my left side. Give it up for Alana.
is just a poem I wrote about emotion and its relation. If happiness was something you could put in a jar and store on a shelf, everyone would have it. If people had a sadness switch, you could choose the right time to cry. But that's not how emotions work. They will always remain untouchable, just out of reach. Something that can't be mended or forged. Emotion won't just disappear in the wind when you want it to. Because you'll cry and laugh as long as you need.
Give it up one more time for Alana, please. Great job, Alana. So I just want to say, one of the things I noticed about your poem immediately was your sincerity. Like, you have a way of pulling people in to your poems, which I find fascinating. You do have a soft voice, so I wish that you would raise it just a little bit, because I did miss a few things because your voice is so soft. I noticed you used a lot of eye contact, even with using your phone. You were able to look at the audience and like look up every 5 minutes. You looked up, so I thought that was really good, even though your piece wasn't memorized. You had some bars in there too, such vivid like imagery. I really enjoyed that. And Alana's in middle school. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's just dope for middle school. So I just want to thank you. One of the things I do want you to work on, like I said, is just your voice. You seem really confident though. I give you that. Like, you seem like you were being yourself. You wasn't trying too hard. You was just being your natural self. Continue to build that confidence as well, and speak up on the stage. On the stage. All right, thank you. That's all I have for Alana.
All right, give it up for all the poets, please. Okay, yeah. Now I'm gonna ask for more energy from y'all. Yeah, cool, thanks. All right. So if you haven't guessed already, today. Also for the folks online, if y'all haven't guessed, today is all about performance. We've been doing a lot of writing over the past couple of months, just like really getting to know each other on all these different levels and finding different ways to strengthen ourselves as artists, as activists, as storytellers, as human beings. So, hey, people on the internet. What's up, y'all? You okay?
Hi. Hi, Andre. Can you guys hear me? Yeah? How do I know if you guys can hear me or not? No, my mic, now I'm good. Am I good? All right. Mira says yes. I'm in the show. All right, so I'm Mrs. Carter. I'm a teacher at the Academy for Discovery at Lakewood. I have a student there, Alana. I love you. And I got a couple students online as well. And all right, here's my verse. Because with the sun's set reveals the revolving debt and the choice made to trade the ability to see at night for groceries that might last a bit longer if they take smaller bites. Real people living in food apartheid, higher health problems, a shorter time to fight, while their neighbors literally across the street living in comfort and luxury, not having to worry about when they will eat again, not able to imagine that for some, the fact is, no school means no breakfast, no school means meals missed, no school means the only consistency. The only time they're actually free is replaced by new roles and responsibilities. Daily struggles are a reminder of systemic inequality.
I was like, okay, y'all coming through with these special effects. It's 2021. Well, thank you, Ms. Carter, one more time. So this brings up an interesting point, especially since we're talking about the times that we're living in right now. You may not always be in a physical space, but that does not mean that you can't perform where you're at. So if you noticed, because like I just immediately took away like the body language part of everything and really focused in on the voice, what I was hearing. One thing that I really appreciated was, is she still up there? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I don't know if I should look at you or I'm gonna just look straight. So I do this all the time. But I appreciate the enunciation. I appreciate the tone that you took. Like, once again, like sometimes you can really tell how much somebody is connected to and how much somebody is like knows about what they're talking about. So and I picked up on those things like very strongly. Sorry, I just had to look at you again. It feels weird. When I was listening, you know. So for the folks that are online and like, oh well, my performance doesn't really matter because I'm just sitting in front of my computer. No, really focus in on the voice, focus in on the clarity, focus in on your inflection. So these are all just little things that can amplify even a virtual performance. And of course that works on the physical stage too. So hey man, shout out to you, Miss Carter. Y'all give it up for Miss Carter one more time. Of course.
Miss Shauna, I miss you.
Miss Carter does. She has these little rhyme schemes in her poem, but they always match. Like she never says a part of the poem that rhymes that doesn't fit it. Like if she connects to I don't know, she connects to a line in that way, it always matches itself. So if you want to rhyme in your poems, you don't have to. By all means, don't feel like you have to. But if you want to, make sure they're intentional. That's very important because hers are always intentional, and I think that's really dope that she does that. That's all.
Thank you.
Word. So thank you again. Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know if you're still there, but thank you. All right. Is there anybody else on? We got another one? All right. I'm out the way.
Hi everyone. Is that better? Can you guys hear me still? Yes, okay, amazing. So my name's Reed. I'm really new here. I've never been to something like this, but I'm a first year at the University of Virginia, and I'll be sharing an excerpt from a poem called Flu Season, which is about going to school in South Carolina as a closeted trans woman. So yeah. You told them I was making you gay. My disease was catching. Flu season in South Carolina's public schools. Cough rainbows and love for boys. They won't hesitate to quarantine. Did you know my case was more severe? I didn't cough rainbows. I itched with cross-dressing, girl fever and misdiagnosis, but that didn't matter at the time because your family came for mine, the principal taking their side. I was 7 years old when my mom sat me down on the couch and told me I was too flamboyant. I can only be me in isolation. Thank you.
Can we make some more noise for her, please? Well, what did you say the title of that piece was again?
Flu season?
Yeah, that was a super, super dope piece. I actually like the metaphor, I guess that's what we would call it, the extended metaphor to comparing like the idea of flu season and the idea of this person, you know, going through their journey of trying to be accepted through their uniqueness. I saw that was a dope way to set that up for us because when you said flu season, I'm thinking, okay, maybe like pandemic or outbreak, something like that. So just to hear the piece go into that narrative and that point of view, I thought that was really, really unique. I also could see the passion through you in that poem coming through the screen. I saw your face the way your eyes were closing, the way you were intentional about the words that you were speaking. And I thought that was super dope too, because I'm a big person about people being passionate when they spit poems and spit poetry. And I think it's important that when we spit poems, especially poems that deal with things that are such personal ideas or attributes to us, especially something like that, I think it's important that we connect to the piece. So I thought that was really, really good. The only note that I could really, really have for you, if any, is, I mean, you really just keep going, keep writing, keep sharing, keep coming to spaces like this, keep being a part. Because like I said, I really thought your performance was very, very well for this to be your first time, being in this type of space and doing this type of stuff. So yeah, thank you.
That's right. Shout out to you. Yep. Okay, word. Oh, really quickly, can we just make some noise for the wonderful production team? Y'all don't see them online, but y'all see all the camera switching, banners, and audio. It's amazing. But it's definitely a team effort. So just had to shout y'all out really quick. Do we have anybody else online that is sharing short stuff? I was a young lad. Oh, no.
What did you ask? What did you say?
I was seeing if we had any more folks online before we continue on our journey into creation.
When I was a young boy.
When I was a young boy, probably. Okay. I was hoping somebody caught that. I was like, please.
He was a young boy.
So, if not, I mean, I'm gonna keep it pushing. Oh. All right. Yeah. When you get back, we'll be ready for you. Okay. So, all right. So I know. Well, I think everybody picked them up already, but there were some like rubrics under your seats. Wonderful poets. Pretty much what happened in the check-in is what we're going to be doing. What we're going to be doing here today. So, for the folks that are out there in internet land, if you have pieces that you've been working on, things that are complete, but you may want to kind of up the performance aspect of that piece, yeah, go ahead and pull that out. Now, for the poets here, you already have all your stuff because y'all are prepared. So, just want to talk a little bit about some of the points that we're going to be critiquing you all on, if you haven't picked up on it already. So, there's a couple of things. Physical presence, meaning like your body language, meaning the movement that goes along with your piece. Like there's a couple of notes like around like about like the movement that you do while you're performing. Is it appropriate? Does it match what you're saying? Like things of that nature. Go ahead and pick that up. Voice and articulation. Is your poem clear? Can it be heard? Like sometimes I know I do it a lot. Like I mumble and all kinds of stuff, especially when I get excited. So at times that can take away from a piece, So that's something to think about when you're presenting. How clear are you speaking? Are you speaking in at like a moderate pace, or at a pace that your audience, your listeners can really like just pick up on what you're saying and really digest it? Cause like you got the bars in there, you don't want them to miss the bars, and and they're like, why are they over there spazzing out? Like, cause they didn't miss what you said, but everybody else did. You feel me? So we can't do the audience like that, right?
Yeah.
I guess not. Dramatic appropriateness, pretty much meaning like the energy and like the drama that you bring to your performance on stage, does it match the writing? If I'm talking about, I'm walking around a serene lake, looking at swans enter and exit, I think I'm gonna sit down and have a picnic. I say that, hey yo, I'm over here walking around the lake. That doesn't match, does it? Like they're like, whoa, what lake are you walking around? It's a lake of fire. Like, so those are things to think about when you're performing. Because once again, one of the main things that we want is our words to get across to our audience, and we want that to be received. That can take away from what you're trying to say if it doesn't match. You feel me? So that's that. So be careful walking around those fire lakes. You know, they get you they get me a little antsy. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. All right. Evidence of understanding. Do you understand what you're writing about, like fully? I know there's been plenty of times where I've started a piece, and been like, man, I like this line. Don't really know what I meant by it though, and like just kind of had to revisit, you know. So that's one thing. That's one thing that you can do first in your writing, but that also translates into your performance. Because I don't know if you've ever seen somebody talk about something and their body language tells on them that they don't really know. I do it all the time. People ask me, yo, you seen this show? Yeah. It's great. It's great. Like eye contact goes out the window. I'll probably go like this and stop talking clearly. So these are all things that you want to just make note of, you know, and it also, because it translates to your audience. They're like, I don't know if you know what he's talking about. He ain't really watched Game of Thrones. Okay, I understand. So don't be caught out there like me. It's not fun. It's pretty embarrassing. And last but not least, overall performance. All the stuff that I just talked about, are you adding that into what we're doing right now? If not, then it's taking away from the overall performance. And yeah, and once you add all of these things together, it makes a wonderful stew that is an awesome piece of poetry and performance. So, y'all cool? I feel like I was talking for 30 minutes.
Great job.
Yeah.
Thanks. All right, so I'm gonna sit down in just a second. I want y'all to take your pieces out. People online, if you haven't already, I gave you plenty of time. Take your piece out. We're gonna take about five-ish minutes. I want you to look over these rubrics, just like kind of mentally do like a checklist in your mind and prepare yourself. Prepare yourself because we're gonna be spitting our whole pieces after we have some time. Also, utilize your resources, aka you have two super dope, like super knowledgeable teaching artists behind you. So yeah, I say two because I got to go play guitar and stuff and make music. But yes, so if you have questions during that time, don't hesitate to ask. Does anybody have questions before we begin? Y'all good? Cool, thank you. I was like, someone. But yeah, all right, so I'm gonna play some music for a couple of minutes. I'll be back, and yes, happy editing. And I'm excited. Can somebody just let me know when 5 minutes happens? Take like one more minute. One more minute. You ready? You good? Where? All right. Welcome back. Welcome back to the show. All right. So yeah, I hope you use your time wisely. To the people on stage, I hope you utilize your time and resources wisely. So what we're going to do now is pretty much rock it out open mic style, except that we're going to be using the rubrics, like using the tools that we were given. We want to see how the performance is enhanced. Word? So yeah, I guess we'll start with one of our teaching artists. Can I please call one of y'all? I just need an extra minute. Word? Okay, cool. That's what I'm talking about, because she's always ready. Y'all give it up for Shauna as she makes her way to the mic.
Thank you for saying I'm always ready, because that's so not true.
In my mind, you are.
If I've mastered anything, it's the way my soul feels when I pour hope into it. Living, although not easy, comes with extraordinary possibilities. I've tasted melancholy long before I ever tasted ice cream. Milk from my mother's breast wasn't sweet enough to make my salty childhood memories disappear. I sifted through shame that didn't belong to me, carried burdens around like 10-pound babies, too heavy for my small frame. Too many times I've cried myself to sleep, weighing my sins against my sacrifices. I don't love trauma. But I swear, I don't love trauma. But I swear she left her stench on me, spread her pessimism across my sheets, then covered me up in insecurities. So I scrubbed my bed with hyssop. My spirit now at least halfway clean, made peace with my imperfections. Told Satan he couldn't have my mind, my motivation, or, okay. Sorry guys. Told Satan he couldn't have my joy, my mind, or my motivation. Told men that didn't match my magic, they could not stay. No time for fake friends. I like these real four good enough. On this journey, I've seen God through the cocoa eyes of those that once bathed in my wound. Caught a contact high with my first passport stamp. Set a match to every memory that made me feel unworthy. Laid my soul bare in the crystal waters of the Cayman. I know it's easy to stay mad at the world for what you think it owes you, but I'd rather ride the roller coaster with my hands extended to the clouds. Slow kiss the man that makes my heart skip a beat. Drink Moscato on weekends while binging on Netflix. I know the rain will come. That some days taste more bitter than they do sweet. But have you ever licked the sauce from Cafe Soho wings off your fingers? Danced to Marley in a room full of Chicago strangers? Hit the pause button on a long day just to take in the sunset? You see, I've seen more heaven than hell already. So no worry to the guy who cut me off on my way to work this morning. I forgave you before the lights turned green.
All right, y'all give it up for Sean one more time, man. All right. For the interest, in the interest of time, I'll save our final critiques. So for the rest of y'all, like we can talk offline, and for people online, we'll discuss at a later date. But right now, just make the mental notes in your mind and just try to put out your best performance. Cool? Awesome. I'm gonna do mine. I'm gonna get mine out the way now. So this is not a poem, it's a song. I just wanted to see if it still works. Shot down by a lone silver bullet, aimed right at my heart. Yes. Trying to find my way back to the shooter. These lights are fading now. Is it you? Yeah. Rocking a crown with a rifle on your back. Is it you? Thick as molasses, deep as the Nile. Oh, you shot me down. Cold blood, and I'm chasing you. You shot me down, and I can't take it no more. Oh, yeah. Should've known that you was a sharp shooter. Had me in your sights. Yeah. All the things I love, you would do them. I won't make it through the night. Yeah. Is it you? I see that red dot planted on my chest. I know it's you. Yeah. And then she whispered, boy, you're mine. Oh, you shot me down. In cold blood, and I'm chasing you. Yeah, you shot me down. Yeah, and I can't take it no more. Thank you. All right, who got next? Who got next? Word. All right, y'all give it up for Dayana, y'all.
That was a great performance. The guitar effects and everything was just amazing. Sorry. One, two, three. You're pretty. 4, 5, 6. I believe in you. 7, 8, 9, 10. Stay calm. It's not who they say you are, it's who you believe you are, and you're enough. I know sometimes I cry from overthinking. Sometimes I cry from guilt. I know another boy could love me better, but I love how his sometime love feels. I'm an unruly mess of imperfections. I fall apart in public and people call it poetry. I hate being a role model because my failure seems like a shared experience. See, everyone wants parts of me, but no one wants my pain. Tell me who really wants to see me be human in public. Undress the cosmetics that make this body so pretty. See, pretty hurts honestly because there are no tattoos that can decorate this body enough to make it feel like home. I'm not depressed, I'm just venting. Can I vent to anyone without being a burden? Are you here to listen or to take parts of me to claim as your own? See, people store traumas too. They want to give them back, like Hertz has a return policy. I'm not a store. Sometimes I feel like most of my relationships are transactions I never get paid for. Just store credit to acquire me when needed. I overthink everything except how I give. I give everything even when I have nothing to offer over. I call it selflessness. Some call it foolish. Am I a foolish lover? Or just someone who wants to give the kind of love they hope someone will return because unconditional love deserves to meet everyone. Right? 1, 2, 3. Remember your mantra. Thank you.
I'm glad I don't have to use that mic. Burn my face. Y'all give it up for Dayana one more time, man. Do y'all see the elevation happening? I hope y'all do. I do. It's amazing. All right, word. I feel like I'm about to make another choice. Call Chosen back to the stage. If you're ready. Can I? Woo! Awesome. Y'all give it up for Chosen.
Rap about him. Woo be lost. When he gets to heaven, I pray God opens his gates for him. He died straight execution style. Rap about him. I learned not to judge how the rap game loves you back. Love from the homies is an honor that's bestowed on those who shows the most loyalty. I'm talking woos. Most literally to cradle to grave. Most literally to woo who hopes a society gas his last moments of greatness right before the yellow tape makes the spectacle of his body attached to his bed. If the rap game loves you back. They will bring you teddy bears, well wishes, and heavy hearts. This is now sacred grounds to be renamed as memorial landmark. This is no longer the floss. But when Wu got shot, 6 nights straight, you see candles displayed like holy. Until the wind blows, it's silent. You're here, baby. Welcome to the party. I'm off the Molly to Zen, the lean. That's why I'm moving retarded. If the rap game loves you back, it will write your name on the tombstone. It will bring you more fans. Ain't it funny how niggas talk shit about your music, but deep in their voice soon as Christian Dior come on? A testament. Yes, y'all, the rap game will love you enough to bring you fame, but not enough to Yes, y'all, the rap game will love you enough to bring you fame, but not enough to resurrect you. The smoke will never clear. He be crip, but his reputation didn't protect him from the bullets or the slurs or the complex built from being famous. Rap about it. Red, white, and blue. Here come the sirens only to collect the woo body. There's been a war in Hollywood. His body looks as if 2 poles were smashed through his chest. Headline show, rapper Pop Smoke found dead in his home. Woo. when the rap game loves you back. He just wanting to sit on 8 mil. You gonna make it, they said. Rap about it. Homies just be in the wind now, searching for another brother to claim. Homie or not, famous or not, rich or not, blood or not, ready or not, when the rap game loves you back.
Y'all give it up for Chosen one more time, man. Y'all give it up for Chosen one more time? Okay. I didn't know if I said it in a different language or something. I just want to say, one, thank you for that piece as a whole. Two, one of the things that poetry and especially spoken word poetry can do is for ones that are not here anymore, that we keep their stories going. We keep them alive through the words that we speak. So there's something to think about, man. I was like, because it lives forever. Appreciate that, Chosen. That was tight. Well, since we making eye contact, are you ready? Yeah, and I was like, you'll learn as when we interact. You got to do one of these. And I'll still pick you. All right, y'all ready for the next poet? Awesome. Yes, all that. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all give it up for a lot.
So this is a poem I wrote about politics, because a lot of kids my age they don't really think about it as much. Victory. If you're gonna try and win, don't say you've already won. I'm sick of people saying it's not true. At the end, don't get so full of yourself. It only trips you up. Some seem to think they have this in the bag by the end of the first round. If you're so confident, why are you bragging? It only means you don't think you can. People are only full of themselves when they don't know if they can come out strong. I'm done with that. It's not a victory until you really win. From watching an elephant and a donkey fight for a white house with a beautiful garden, I learned you should never assume victory. Because the donkey beat the guy who was full of himself, who was a rotten elephant with a big ego, who said he was going to win, and when he didn't, encouraged others to resort to violence. That's why victory only belongs to those who try, not to those who want it for power. Victory belongs to those who are noble, kind, and care about what comes next, down the long river of life.
Hey, yo, what was the first line you said? Almost, if I had something to throw, I was going to throw it, but I didn't know what to throw. What was your first line? Yeah, I was like, me and Michelle was like, I was like, wait, this is line number 1. Give it for a line one more time, man. I definitely appreciate you being a voice for your generation, because a lot of folks will try and say, oh, like, these things don't concern you, when, as a matter of fact, it almost mainly concerns you, because the older ones are gonna pass away and be done with this, and you're gonna be here with what's left behind. So, young people, get involved, get involved on more levels than just like the social one. There's a lot going on out here. Give it for a lot one more time. Shout out to my pitbulls out there. All right, so y'all ready for our last poet of the day? It's almost evening. No?
I'm ready.
Okay. Oh, we got some online too? All right, well, y'all ready for the last live one? And then we're gonna go to the online ones? All right, thanks, Shauna. I'm glad you're ready. Y'all ready too? Great. We gonna get it together at some point. It's okay. So please welcome to the stage, teacher.
Are you on the road right now? Searching for stability. Well, I hope you find some. I hope you enjoy it. Have the time of your life, right? I admire you. The way you're nice to people you see in the street. I know we're related, but so different. You build bridges while I put up walls. And all I can say is, it's in my nature. It's who I am.
I'll give it up for Deidre one more time. That's what I'm talking about. You said you build bridges while I put up walls. Like it was a very visual line for me. I just thought it was like bridge, wall. But it's important, it's important. That's why I said I appreciate the honesty. Because somebody won't know that from the outside looking in, you know? So shout out to you. Wonderful production team. Hello. How are y'all? Y'all good? We need some water? I don't got it for you, but somebody does. I heard we have some poets online. Yeah.
Okay, my name is Mira. I'm in 8th grade, and I'm gonna do a poem. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. My generation can aspire to be astronauts and dream to be doctors. Opportunity is not my birthright, but ambition is ours. I will strive to achieve the moon and then the stars, because I have the right to ambition, demand, and opportunity. We will necessitate change within each opportunity we obtain, for my future is bright because our future is bright. We collectively desire and take what we need. I can and we will change what we are given. For if we are not two, I have heard too much of the hole that we will find ourselves in. I must incite change so that our generation after mine can exclaim to the ever-changing world around them that their birthright is opportunity. This is what I aspire to change, and that is where my ambition will lead me.
Shout out to you, poet. It was very powerful. I could tell that you really meant what you were saying. And did y'all peep the clarity as well? Like I don't know if it was just me, but I was like, man, I need to work on my diction. But yeah, that was great. Thank you, poet that was on the internet. I appreciate you being here. Do we have another one?
Hi again. So I'm going to be reading a poem called Narcissus. You come seeking advice, but I have nothing to give. My experiences dripping with privilege and love, marked by scars, only designating the pieces of me able to heal. I never know what to say. You turn to the girl who seems to be doing it all, that could possibly understand, but it's not really her. It's her good fortune, luck, that placed her in the position to feel whole. My struggles feel petty, insignificant compared to the mountains of tragedy that beseech the souls of others. Who am I to lend you advice when I am but a product of circumstance? Sand molded into a castle, what beautiful architecture, but it was not the sand which did this. The sand cannot perceive its form, it can only exist and be blown away. Trampled. Deflection like rain off the umbrella, except it keeps pouring. So many people in need of someone who has been through it. They seek understanding in me. Our commonality so evident, and yet I never know what to say. Forged by the hot coals of opposition, I am cooled by consistent support. Take shape as something new and different and steel. Cold. Lacking advice and understanding. My experience is not applied outward, but inward. Repeated introspection and turmoil as I rationalize and examine the contents of my mind. So captured by vanity and reflection, Narcissus staring in the pool as I fade into a new form. Tears rippling the water, I am ignorant of others. What can I say to provide comfort when I hardly understand myself? What can I say to provide comfort when our experiences prove to be so different, both of us misclassified, unapologetic, but only in the open, because alone it's so much easier to cannibalize yourself, and yet have no idea what to say to you? You open yourself up to me, reveal your great pain, a pain I know so well how to hide. I didn't know what to say because I didn't know myself. I was just captivated with this person I knew I was supposed to be, spend so long trying to figure out who I am that I can't escape my own silhouette, trapped in a spiral of self. I should have said something of substance and not deflect the calls for help. Thank you.
Word, thank you. It's not, I know we're all constantly working on ourselves. One thing that is not easy about that journey is being vocal about the work that you're doing. Being vocal about not being there, because outside looking in, everybody should be there, wherever that may be. So shout out to you. I appreciate the perfection in your imperfection, and the poem's fire, of course. Wonderful production team. Do we have more poets? Awesome. I'm gonna slide over.
All right, so here's the poem that I pulled that verse out of. I call them my kids. Most teachers do that. Relationships not always given credit due, but have you really thought about what we teach through? And not to mention all the things some students have to ignore just to clear their heads long enough to get what they came for. Equal education for all, right? It's the American way. Except you don't see the reality that everyday kids face every day. So open your mind and listen real good. Because when you don't own the story, when it's not in your hood, you can just turn the channel when it gets too gory. Return to your own bubble. Minimal trouble, jumpstart nicer parts, naturally privileged, except you've never been at the edge of poverty and fear, hunger and tears, and still be expected to cross the same finish line at the same time and act fine. Absent parents who present presence in lieu of their presence as attempts to represent feelings of the voids caused by their absences, yet they still aren't present. The poor kid, so tense and present tense on the edge, wondering if they're good enough to be acknowledged and maybe even talked back from the ledge, attempting homework by candlelight, cold showers, dreading the nights, because with the sun's set reveals the revolving debt and the choice made to trade the ability to see at night for groceries that might last a bit longer if they take smaller bites. Real people living in food apartheid, higher health problems, a shorter time to fight while their neighbors literally across the street living in comfort and luxury, not having to worry about when they'll eat again, not able to imagine that for some, the fact is no school means no breakfast. No school means meals missed. No school means the only consistency, the only time they're actually free is replaced by new roles and responsibilities, daily struggles that are a reminder of systemic inequality, an idea so big that they can't possibly understand why it's so hard to be mentally healthy when they should just be able to be kids. I call them my kids because they are my kids, and you should claim them too. They all deserve an equal chance to dance carefree with full bellies and hearts, wide smiles and fresh starts, feeling their worth, tasting success, advocates to fight equal rights, demand no less.
That's what I'm talking about. This Carter, that's my teacher, y'all. Not in real life, but you know what I mean. One thing that I really admire about Miss Carter, first and foremost, like she's just so, like she has her hands in the community and like more specifically like young people. Like she's just a very fierce advocate for young people. If you've been in any of her classes, if you've experienced Miss Carter just as a human being, there's so much passion behind it. I was listening to the piece and I could hear her voice shaking, and like I could tell right then and there, I was like on how many like levels that what she was saying, how it affects her, as well as the people that she was talking about. So just stuff to look at in the performance. Appreciate that. We got more online. That's it? Word? Okay, well, we out. Let me stop. So before we get out of here, I do want to give a couple of quick thank yous. First and foremost, I want to thank you, the young people. She's like, yo, I'm ready to go. Me too. Thank you all to the young people for being in this space, coming out of the comfort of your home or wherever you were before you were here to come kick it with us. Teaching artists, same thing. Y'all know how I go. We're the frontliners out here, and I always appreciate y'all holding space with us. It's already. I'm trying, man. Virginia Stage Company, Patrick, the whole team out there. Appreciate y'all for working with us throughout the years. In this time, like navigating this new, whatever we want to call this new experience. And like it's been a team effort, man. So thank y'all. Production team, I'm gonna start with the teens, especially y'all. Y'all did a great job. I can't wait to see the footage. Adult staff on the production team, y'all already know, magicians in real time. Last but not least, gotta thank Mama D, triple OG herself. Yeah, y'all can stop, it's cool. We celebrate each other in these spaces. Like, y'all don't have to be cool. But yes, thank you, like without you, this don't happen, it don't happen this way. So much love, appreciation. Follow us on all the social medias. If you haven't already, TWP, the movement. This is going to be on Facebook and on YouTube as well. So if you're not watching it right now, we're going to give you a link or something like that so you can watch it again. And until next time, it's been real, it's been fun, but it's time to go. So y'all have a great evening, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
See you later.
See you.
Bye.